Here we go.
I will massacre you!
We're here to fuck shit up.
Oh, good for you! I'll smack you in the mouth!
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Injustice for All podcast. I'm Mac.
And I'm Mike G.
And welcome back to the way less shitty but still shitty, super shitty show.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
It took us a while to do this recording.
Did it?
Yeah, because you kept getting busy and I kept getting busy, and then like I'm drunk and
I just didn't want to see you.
that's fair. That's fair.
I'm tired of you.
I've gained a lot of weight. Is that what you're telling me? But so updates.
Yes.
So we did get the Facebook ads and we did all that shit.
Mhm.
So then remember I said the haters started trickling in.
Yeah.
So they say don't ever feed the trolls, but I like the trolls and I
Mhm.
want to keep said trolls.
Okay.
So I feed them. And I feed them well. So I've been on our page just fucking with them, just talking shit, just trying to get them riled up, just to keep them. I like hearing good insults. I like hearing good comebacks, and I need those faggots to stay around because it's fun. It's sport.
Well, yeah.
So I was gonna give you the admin code to the page so you could jump in on it. So they won't get your name or your Facebook profile. You'll just comment as Injustice for All podcast.
Okay.
So I was gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we got? Is there anything new? What do you?
As far as updates,
Are they regurgitating anything back?
they just kind of talk shit. You know, that's all.
Oh,
They're not very bright.
not
people.
too intelligent.
For the most part, they just seem like your typical person that you would think is a troll, just some fucking nerd. Like a lot of anime pictures for their profiles.
That's odd.
Yeah, they're called weeaboos.
Hard
Weeab-
pass.
Fucking weeaboo trash. But yeah, did you have any updates?
Nothing necessarily. Other than just going about normal daily life and wondering why people have an odd perspective on what we should claim as being okay and right.
As far as what?
Mostly just the whole, just what we have in our media and what we're getting pushed consistently with this masculine female role. Like it's being overdone. Like just with the Miss Marvel, with Bo Peep coming. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. I don't really want to go see the new Toy Story.
Why? What's going on in it?
From what I've seen in the trailers, Bo Peep comes back into Woody's life.
Wait, let me guess.
Yes.
Is she back and she's a strong, independent woman?
Yes.
Ew.
And
why is that so predictable?
She's like the Charlize Theron of the newest Mad Max Fury Road.
You know what? Everybody was like, "Oh, Mad Max was good." I was like, "Yeah, it was a good movie. It wasn't a fucking Mad Max movie."
No,
though.
it wasn't. It was
was
a
like-
Furiosa movie.
Yeah, it was whoever the fuck that broad was movie. It was all about her. I'm like, she stinks. I
Yeah.
was like, you got Tom Hardy to play Mad Max. I want to see that movie.
Use him.
Instead,
Yeah.
they lock his fucking face up for fucking 40 minutes
Yeah.
and then just have some chick with some fucked up arm, like kind of just play that anything you can do, I can do better game like with
Pretty
him.
much.
I'm like, yeah.
Only I know how to start this rig.
The only reason you can kick his ass is because it says so in the script, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, otherwise Tom Hardy will break your rib cage.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not that I hate women. I don't hate women at all.
You just don't like him.
I just don't like. Just it's like what's that? Stay in your lane type deal.
Oh,
You know, just come on. Like,
is their lane the kitchen,
Okay.
Mike? Is that what you're gonna tell me?
Okay, so let's go back a little bit. Underworld.
Those were good movies. I did.
Those are
like
pretty
those.
good movies.
Yeah, I liked them.
I didn't mind that chick. It was a little bit much, but okay. So then she comes along, and then Trinity comes along from The Matrix.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, all right. And then it starts getting a little bit more hardcore. What was her name that was in Live, Die, Repeat?
Wait, Live, Die, Repeat. Wasn't that the Tom Cruise movie?
Mhm.
I didn't see that shit.
But she was like this, and the only reason she was so fucking badass is because she could fucking redo over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to be
And that
badass
was
when you
the
get
only
every
way.
avenue to try something.
That was the only way that she was like this powerful badass with a fucking sword. Is because she just kept dying over and over again, like Groundhog's Day. And that was like the only way that she was able to win anything. It's just she just kept dying and then figured out how they did shit.
Yeah, if you could
So
do
she was like,
stuff,
"Oh yeah, that guy's gonna be over there. Slice. Oh, this guy's gonna come over here. Slice."
oh yeah, if you get to do shit a million times, you better be good at it.
But why not? Why not show a strong, powerful woman that can lead, but that can also nurture, and that could also be?
Suck a cock.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. But, but I'm saying like being able to be a strong woman, but then being able to help out her masculine man, in helping him like run the fucking show. You know, being like a good right hand woman for the alpha male. I mean, and I don't like using that word because as soon as you say fucking alpha, people are just like, "Oh, what do you mean, bro? What do you mean, bro? You stand on beta?"
Yes.
Yeah, but like I thought this was pretty interesting. You ever seen the movie Pleasantville?
Which one was Pleasantville? I don't think I have.
Pleasantville was like, it was based pretty much off of like a 50s like TV show. Tobey Maguire was in it.
Yes. Okay, I
And
have
he had
seen
the
that.
slut of a sister.
Yeah.
Slut.
Probably a lesbian.
But yeah, so what I actually the video I was watching is it broke down the movie, and it pretty much gave a representation of what the baby boomers saw as the Garden of Eden. And
It's as the 1950s, like
no, but that whole movie,
nuclear
no,
cell
that
family.
whole movie, Pleasantville,
Yeah.
was showing us how the Garden of Eden was demolished, and how the 50s it was, you know, or this show, the Pleasantville show, it's all black and white, predominantly white.
Oh, you're talking about racially.
Well, I mean,
predominantly white.
kind of, but everything was good. Everything was going to plan. All was going to plan.
And those black schemers showed up. Is that what you're saying?
So no, not black, but colors.
Oh.
Because you remember in the movie,
Oh, yeah, whenever like they were touched by today's society or whatever,
it was
became
mostly
in
because
color.
Tobey Maguire's slut of a sister,
Passing out pussy.
she fucks
Passing out all that pussy.
she fucks not fucking Brody. What's his name? Paul Walker.
Paul Walker was in that? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he was. Yeah, he had a
Yeah,
cute
he was
little
the jock
haircut.
guy.
I remember him.
So they go into this world. Everything's right. Everything's working. There's no crime. There's no problem. There's no negativity happening, right?
Yeah.
But then this chick's like, I'm trying to get fucked because I'm a I'm a liberated woman. I could do whatever the fuck I want. I'm powerful. I could fuck whoever I want. In the beginning of the movie, their mom, a single mom, is going off to fuck some younger guy, and they have the house to themselves. And she's like hitting up dudes like to come over to fucking smash her brains out because that's just what you do now.
Didn't you
That's
love
so
those girls
accepted.
back in high school, though? The ones that would call you
No.
over, like, you trying to come over?
No.
You knew what that meant.
No.
This is pre-Netflix.
Uh-uh.
This wasn't even Netflix
I didn't
and chill.
know.
This is just come fuck.
Unlike you,
What?
I have a little bit of morals.
No, you don't. You just didn't have opportunity. That's all that means.
Plenty.
No, did you?
Plenty.
What's his name?
I don't want to talk about him.
He gay.
So fast forward into fast forward into this movie. They go into it. They get trapped in the actual TV show. Everything's black and white. He's telling the sister, "We just got to ride this thing out." She doesn't really want to. She wants to go date this Paul Walker dude. The Paul Walker dude's just like treating her with respect and everything. She doesn't really like it. She just wants to get fucked because that's just what we do now.
I like that kind of girl.
Yeah. So then she says, "Take me to Lover's Lane." He takes her to Lover's Lane. He again treats her with respect. She's just like, "Come on, don't you want to fuck me?" And he was just like, I really respect you." So then she shows him what it's all about. She gives him the apple,
Vagina.
and he bites into that thing,
Mm-hmm.
that juicy apple. So he bites into it, and then he becomes a colored.
Mm-hmm.
He becomes colored, and then she becomes colored.
Objection! Extremely racist!
Overruled.
But exactly, everyone that starts going into this and they start fucking around, and then the moms that are part of, the mothers, they start straying away from the families because they're just like, I want to paint, and I want to become my own woman, and I want to go travel, and I want to go fuck the milkman, and I want to go fuck this guy. And then they all start becoming colored, and then it becomes this whole like racial thing of like colors versus non-coloreds in this movie. And it's so funny because like I've watched this movie a whole bunch of times, and I never really looked at it that way.
In a racial lens.
Not only racial, but when you look at it from a Garden of Eden, because everything was fine until you start bringing in this fucking damnation and this
Also known as a hua.
a hua.
Hua.
Yeah, you bring her in there, and she just starts slutting around. And then what was funny towards the end of the movie, she was kind of like over it. She was kind of over slutting around, and like, okay, now I'm ready to settle down. But she had already fucked everything up. She had already given Adam the fucking apple, and he had taken it. He had bitten the apple of fucking knowledge and had ruined the entire thing. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. I think that's just amongst everything else. Just go back, watch that movie, tell me what you think. But I thought that was pretty interesting. And it's almost like Hollywood was just kind of going like, haha, look what we've done. Like with the baby boomers and everything. And then where we're at with, what are we, Generation X or...
Right now, it's a Generation Z. That's
but what
coming
we
up
are.
right now. We're millennials. We are.
What was before us?
Generation X. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think it's kind of interesting because to me, I know I've repeated this before. I feel like we've lost our morals so much, and we've driven off this path, and it's getting real nasty. It's getting really rocky. It's getting to the point of what is it, Sodom and Gomorrah, where you got guys dressed as women, and they're fucking women, and the women want to be dudes, and then they want to have dicks, and they want to fuck, girls as well. It's turning, and we got the children. The gay guys are fucking the boys because, that's just what gay guys do. They're just attracted to penises.
Pedosexual is
Yeah.
what they were trying to call it.
And
add it to the
that's
LGBTQ
okay. People are dressing up as animals, and they're fucking animals. And real people, I mean, there's cultures that are still fucking animals right now. Like, it's just this Sodom
That was
and
one time, and you didn't knock, okay? So I don't want to hear shit about
knock.
this.
I just pulled up into your driveway. Anyways, but yeah.
Poor Teddy.
You never talk about Teddy like that.
No.
Anywho.
But
So
yeah.
that was my rant. I just feel like we're losing morals. If you got anything, if you could transition into whatever the fuck you're gonna talk about.
I think the morals is subjective, obviously, to the generation, because I think people just lost reality where they don't understand physical consequences anymore here today, because everything's been so padded in the self-esteem movement, and you're special, and no one's ever gotten their ass beat anymore because they outlawed bullies.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, I remember in Little League. It might have been after Little League. They started handing out participation trophies.
Yeah, faggots.
And I think I was around like 14, 15 years old playing baseball, and we lost. We didn't get first. We didn't get second. We didn't get third. We were a shitty team, but we got participation trophies. And I remember them handing this out because I thought we were done. I think when they did first, second, third place, and I was like getting ready to wrap up shop. And then our coach was like, "Oh no, we got to go get our other trophies." And I'm like, "What do we fucking?
What other trophies?"
Yeah, we'd get like the dog shit fucking award. And then he was like, "Oh no, it's a participant." And I'd look at my dad and I'm like, "I don't want that." And my dad kind of like nodded at me and he was like, "Oh, there you go."
Don't worry, son. We're gonna throw it out the window.
Yeah. So I didn't fucking participate. I didn't participate in receiving the participation trophy.
Well, I'm just like I said, I'm very libertarian in my morals, because I don't care what you do as long as you're not affecting or harming anybody else other than yourself. Really, you can go home and fucking shoot heroin for all I give a fuck.
Libertarian by definition, but
I'm not like full anarchist.
Yeah, but
libertarian.
not what it is portrayed as today.
I have a problem. I don't really have a problem with a lot of their behaviors. I have a problem with a lot of their rhetoric, because while they want to do whatever they want to do in their own life, it's all for rules from thee, not for me kind of shit.
Oh yeah. Do
like,
as I say, but not as I do.
Yeah, they're allowed to do and say whatever the fuck they want with full impunity and backup from the media and all these fucking liberal fucking faggot journalists. And then meanwhile, I mean, Kyle Kashev, the Parkland shooter, or not Parkland shooter, but he was at Parkland High School, whatever, when that shooter showed up, and he was the conservative kid that was ranting against David Hogg and all the other fucking homos that fucking were ranting against guns after that. And so he got
Which he didn't even go there.
What? Shut up. I've looked into it. He did.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. I looked into it. You didn't. You probably read 3 headlines. Oh, did you?
Yes.
Okay. Why? The picture you're talking about was when he was in California.
Yes.
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because the rest of his family lives out here, and he was 16 at the time of that picture taken. The fucking idiot who posted it was caught lying about it. Mm-hmm. Mike knows everything about nothing. Shut your mouth, essay.
I'm not saying that.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
We're not spreading bullshit lies about that.
I'm not
faggot,
spreading shit.
because that fucking... That toothpick arm queer has way too much backup when it comes to social media.
Do not believe.
Well, either way,
Anywho.
Kyle Kashuv got admitted into Harvard the real way,
Okay.
through his grades, through actual, academics, whereas David Hogg got in there because
His
he's
father's from CIA.
his dad's former FBI,
Okay.
and he's a media figure. That's how he got into Harvard.
Oh, wow.
Well, Kyle
for you.
Kashuv just had his fucking admission revoked
Oh, why?
because they found like some Google docket or whatever where him and his friends were talking shit online, and they were just they were 16 at the time, and they were just trying to be as offensive as possible, just writing shit back to each other. Yeah. So I guess he wrote fucking nigger like fucking 16 times in a row.
Yeah.
And wrote like practice makes perfect. Like he's like, I can type the shit out of this now. Like, like a dumb kid just trying to freak out his friend saying harsh shit.
Yeah.
Which I still do.
Yeah.
So but they found that, and then they made him do like a full apology and explain, and he's like, yeah, I did that when I was 16. He goes, but ask anybody who knows me, I'm clearly not a racist, like all this stuff. And everybody agreed, and they went, yeah, you know what, we're revoking your admission. But the thing, they did it to the point where he can't sign up for any other colleges this semester. It's already too late.
Jesus.
So Harvard's a piece of shit fucking university anyway. It's everybody wants to talk about systemic racism against blacks.
Yeah.
How about the actual systemic racism against Asians at fucking Harvard?
What, isn't it just full of a bunch of stinky chinkies there anyways?
No, fuck no. They have a cap on like how many Asians that are allowed to go.
Yeah, because that's where they want to go.
Who cares? I don't care. It's Harvard. It's supposed to be the best university there is. It should be the best level people that get there. It shouldn't be racially divided. Fuck that. It should be
all these rules.
It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's a bunch of rules.
It's just
just made up fucking rules for no fucking reason.
But
I mean, there is they have their reasons, but it's like we were talking about prior. Is just their obscure perspective of reality.
But meanwhile, so that kid gets fucking his admission revoked from Harvard.
Yes.
For fucking around with friends. But that fucking dumb cunt fucking
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
Sarah Jong, who fucking got a job with the New York Times as an editor, she was on Twitter for years fucking claiming wild shit about white people and claiming hatred for white people and all this shit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't her joking around with her friends trying to be offensive. It was just her being a fucking cunt. A racist cunt. And meanwhile, everybody's just like, well, it's old, she's different.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you'll let that shit slide for like a 25-year-old who was like in her 20s when she said that crazy shit, but a 16-year-old
But that's what
has
I'm
to pay
saying.
for that shit?
We're getting to a sick time, man. Because if people go back,
It's only on one side. It's only on one side.
Yeah, it's against all the conservatives.
Yeah,
correct.
If you're on the right, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If you're on the left, then we have to understand. It was a long time ago. His morals are different. He's grown. Blah blah blah. I was like, oh, you like Trump? That guy, fuck him.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Oh, yeah. Again, god damn it! If I could remember that tiny lip, big titty girl's name
Ooh.
from Infowars.
What's with you and this chick?
I like watching her videos because she's sharp and she's
not. I watched one the other day.
What?
She's not.
What are you
She's not
talking
very
about?
bright. You're talking about the chick. She always has that big ass braid. She fucking wore the M16 or AR-15 to her college graduation. She's not that bright. I watched her videos. I'm like, she's fine.
She knows what she's talking about.
Barely. It just seems like she kind of just went over some footnotes. Like, she's not debating like fucking Ben Shapiro or fucking even.
Well, I don't see
even
you
when they
going to these fucking rallies and
no,
talking
because
to
I'll
these
fucking
retards.
pee on people.
Exactly.
I'll pull my willy out.
But what I'm saying, for this girl to be going to these fucking shit shows of fucking just absolute, I can't explain to you how retarded these fucking people are. She goes up to them. Oh no. Can we retract all of that, because I was completely wrong about who I was talking about. It wasn't her. It was a totally different chick.
You're thinking of Laura Southern or some shit?
I don't know what she was, but she dressed it up like a fucking rainbow, and her name was like Rainbow Snatch. I actually think that's what she was calling herself, but it was all wolf in sheep's clothing.
It was disguise.
So she was going to these rallies and she's like, yeah, fuck Donald Trump. And they're like, oh, yeah. And then she's like, we should impeach him, right? And every this fucking crowd's like, impeach Trump, impeach. And then she's like, Mike Pence for president. And they're like, I don't know about that. And she's like, well, guys, hello. If you impeach Donald Trump, We get Mike Pence.
I remember after the election, a lot of people were like, we can revoke Donald Trump and he won't be president. And then they're like, did you know that there's some law where if the president gets revoked in a certain amount of time, the other person in the election becomes president? And there isn't, by the way. It's just the VP. You know, it's already
Vice
been
president.
done. Yeah. But these people are fucking retarded.
They're retarded.
They're just being hopeful.
They're children.
Yeah.
They're misinformed.
Participation trophy faggots.
They're misinformed children.
Fag.
Exactly. They're just they're a bunch of 16-year-old misinformed children.
A lot of them aren't even 16 though. Like if you look at these rallies now, a lot of them are in their 30s and 40s, and they're all equally stupid.
I'm saying mindset wise.
Yeah.
Okay, mindset wise, because that would always frustrate me from when I was a small child, even to now, is that you're supposed to respect somebody because they're 40 fucking years old. Well, guess what? My mom's a fucking retard. Okay, like hard R retard, and I would not put her in charge of anything. Just because she's fucking old doesn't mean that she has any like knowledge that oversees mine.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm very smart. I'm a fucking retard as well. I was born of a retard, so I'm pretty fucking retarded.
I'm actually very genius.
But I just like, you just see all these people, and they're like you said, they're people that are in their 30s and their 40s and their 50s and their 60s, and they're all at these fucking rallies, and they're like, oh, fuck Donald Trump. Oh, we want our fucking little boys and little girls to become transphobe, or not non-transphobe, fag, whatever the fucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you lay facts in front of them, they just start chanting, or they go, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's the weird part. Like that, like the left has zero interest in actually debating topics or ideas.
That's it.
Like none whatsoever. They just like, here's my rhetoric. Like,
Yeah.
well, here, like even if you go gentle at them, like here, I have a little bit of a problem with what you said.
Mm-hmm.
They go, that's because you're a Nazi.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I
Yeah.
just want to talk to you about this point because this seems really fucked up to me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, you fucking white supremacist. You're a fucking Nazi.
So that girl though, just real quick, that girl, the one with the had the AR, the gun girl or whatever, she was at a rally. It was for Bernie Sanders, and there was a daughter and her mom. And her mom, I would say, was probably in her 40s. She was actually pretty intelligent lady, willing to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So the gun girl walks up to the mom and the daughter and tries talking to the mom, and the mom's like, I don't know if I should talk to you because my daughter says that you skew a lot of stuff, you say a lot of bad stuff on Twitter and on your own show. And she goes, oh, really? And she turns to the daughter. She says, what do I say? And she goes, well, you lie about you lie about a lot of stuff. This is pretty much how they say
it's always some
you lie about a lot of stuff,
blanket
and
statement.
you're a racist, and all you care about is your guns and not children in schools, and you rather keep your gun than have safe children. And she's just like, that's completely false. Starts trying to have a conversation with the daughter. The daughter shuts her down.
Of course.
So then she turns to the mom, and the mom actually goes, oh no, I kind of want to hear what you have to say, because the daughter was claiming all these things, and she says, just tell me one thing. And then the mom's like, well, why don't you tell me what your values are? And then she's like, I don't have to tell you what my values are. Your daughter claims that she knows and is already spitting hate and is telling you that I'm a fucking hateful person. She can't. So then she was like, okay, well, what are your thoughts on this? This is the mom saying, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on that? And they came to a fucking agreeance on exactly. And so it was actually, I thought it was really interesting that the mom was willing to like time out. I'm going to put all my past shit out of the way and everything that I've heard out of the way and just listen to what someone has to say. And she's like, no, okay.
That's because she's not it's basically a religion at this point, but a political zealot.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So I just, people that don't want to
She's a rational person is what it was.
You and your rashes.
It's not rashes, it's rational. But that's how I see everything now. It's just like the left does not want to talk about anything, because I don't know if it's because they're afraid something they say is going to be skewed. However, if you want to look at the examples of who skews who,
Yeah.
it's clearly one-sided.
I think a part of it is they're afraid to be skewed, but I think the other thing is they don't know.
I don't think they know.
They don't know what to say.
I think they have some people in media that they trust and admire. So when they hear those people's opinions, they're like, well, I know that person's smart, so I better agree with them.
They don't have their own fucking opinion.
No, they
you
don't.
know why? Because they're too busy consuming a bunch of garbage.
Well, That's the best thing about like Twitter is like Twitter let everybody know that celebrity you like or that fucking journalist you like or whatever, they're just as fucking stupid as you and your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
They're not fucking special. They're not.
Yeah.
And even somebody who's really fucking smart may be totally fucking stupid in something else.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like if I take Neil deGrasse Tyson and like talk to him about macrophysics, of course he's gonna fucking know everything.
Yeah.
But if I talk to him about audio equipment, he's gonna be like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, he's just an actor, so.
Sure he is. Oh, yeah, he works for NASA. God damn, you're such a piece of shit. I was looking for a button. I was like, no, I'll leave the button alone.
You know,
there you go. Papa got nervous.
Oh, okay.
But speaking of Twitter,
Okay.
guess who's on Twitter?
Who?
OJ Simpson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I heard
God.
about that today.
Oh, I've been having so much fun.
I heard about that today.
Oh, yeah, dude. So he's on Twitter. Like the way he talks, like, so he mostly just posts videos from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And, it's so you want to watch one of them?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I heard about it today, and I'm actually interested in actually seeing it.
Oh, yeah?
Actually seeing it? Yeah.
Well, here's the first one he posted.
Hey, Twitter world, this is yours truly. Now, coming soon to Twitter, you'll get to
Hey, Twitter world.
read all my thoughts and opinions on just about everything. Now, there's a lot of fake OJ accounts out there, so this one, at the real OJ32, is the only official one. So this should be a lot of fun. I got a little getting even to do. So God bless. Take care.
I love that. The best part is like, I wish at the end he was just like, remember, the killer's still out there. You know?
God, he is up there in age.
He's a self-indulgent, pompous fucking asshole. How is he not figured out yet to fucking lay low for the rest of your life? Sorry, dude.
Because he's making money. Because
He's not, though.
It's a shock.
He's broke as fuck.
But he's reaching out. Just like George Foreman did the grill.
Yeah, but the difference is George Foreman didn't nearly decapitate two people.
I mean, he had some pretty hard right hooks.
Yeah? Well, is his right hook as good as a fucking kitchen knife?
Well, his son actually murdered all those people, so he just took the heat for it.
What, OJ?
Yeah.
No, I've heard that fucking theory, and it's triggity trash. But I just love how he's like, "Hi, Twitter world. Hi, it's your
man.
lovely
He's
everyday
got-
neighborhood OJ Simpson."
He probably has CTE. He's a fucking...
He doesn't have CTE, because if he had CTE, he would have had a Freudian slip by now and be like, "Remember when I murdered Nicole?"
You don't think he has CTE?
He probably has some
Listen
effect
to
of it,
his
but
fucking speech.
no, he
sounds like he's
doesn't
been
have
chomping on
CTE
fucking
speech
ice.
like the other fucking NFL players do, or like Muhammad Ali with his shaky ass. Him and
Oh, yeah?
Michael J. Fox, you could sit with him on a bench and it turns into a simian.
Too soon, man.
Is it?
A lot of that BS.
Oh, this is good.
Hey, Twitter world.
Hey, Twitter
For
world.
years, people have been able to say whatever they want to say about me with no accountability. But now I get to challenge a lot of that BS and set the record straight. More importantly, I'll be able to talk about everything, especially sports.
I mean, it looks like he's doing pretty good.
Shut the fuck up, you cunts!
But for now, let me just say to my fellow fathers out there, happy Father's Day. And God bless.
Especially you, the Goldman family. Yeah. Oh, man, I've been having a great time. Because I don't know if you knew this, but after the murders and after the trials,
Yeah.
he was broke as fuck. Because he did lose civilly against the Goldman family. They did hold him liable for the murders.
Okay.
So the best part is, though, is that, like, so to get money, because he was losing everything, he had a prank TV show for a short while called Juiced,
Okay.
where he was like, I'm OJ Simpson, and I work at this car dealership. How about this white Ford Bronco with red stains on the carpet? Actual fucking prank that they filmed, and I think they sold it on VHS, like, at late night.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so it was like the original Punk'd, but instead of, like, cheeky, fun pranks, it's like, hey, this guy who's most likely a murderer is doing some murder jokes.
So he makes poor business decisions.
But that was back then. Like
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, if he was willing to do the prank show,
Yeah.
what else is he willing to do? What else is he gonna do? I mean, I would love to see an OJ cooking channel. He's like, go hi cooking world. Today we're gonna cut up some beef, and he just pulls out a hunting knife and just starts stabbing the fuck out of the fucking beef. I'm gonna cut the fuck out of the meat. I only cut up the white meat, Nicole. Wink, wink. Or, like, you know, OJ cleaning business. How to clean blood off a porch.
Well, obviously he didn't know how.
No. Remember to check your work surroundings so you don't leave any tools.
We need a boo button.
We need a boo. Oh, we have that one. But I mean, because I was talking to a friend of mine. He goes, "Didn't he go to jail for all that?" I'm like, "No, he went to jail."
Because he tried stealing it back his memorabilia.
And I think it was in Florida, and they threw the fucking maximum they could possibly do at him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because of the actual robbery or all that shit. They did it because they knew he got away with the murder.
Which that's injustice.
Yes, but I mean, whatever. It's Florida. They fucking do whatever they want. You see what they did to fucking Ted Bundy's trial. They turned that into a mockery.
Ow.
What?
I just was it proven that he murdered her?
Who? That he proved that what, OJ?
Was there proof
That he murdered her?
Yeah.
There was a ton of fucking shit.
Is it 100% proven?
Okay, here, you want to know like the big clues?
I'm just asking you. Is it?
You want to know like the big piece?
No?
Yes. It's
yes.
Yes. I will. I will.
Then why is he in jail?
Because the cops mishandled evidence, and because Mark Furman, the detective, called him a nigger. So they were able to prove bias against him. No, it was proven, but they had so many other elements. No, because there were so many other elements.
So then why are you saying that he did it?
Because he did do it.
How do you know that he did?
All right, you let OJ watch your fucking white children and see what happens. No, Mike. I'm big badass Mike.
Here.
I'm big badass Mike. I don't think you did it because the court said so. Yeah, the courts have never fucked up ever.
No, I mean I totally agree that the court systems do fuck up.
He fucking murdered 2 people. There, I'll get to give you the.
You can't say that.
Yes, I can. I can say it right now. OJ Simpson is a fucking murderer.
Yeah,
he murdered 2 people,
but it's not proven.
And did you ever read the "If I Did It" book?
I'm not really into reading garbage
or books.
Yeah, I like comic books.
Yeah, there's not enough pictures in it. No, he does like a full on, like, you got to watch like the confession he does. He's like, "If I did it" kind of thing. But when he confesses to this hypothetical murder, it's not a hypothetical. He's not. He's like he creates a character in his head named Charlie that was with him on the night. Like, and yeah. I think he named his knife Charlie.
Like I said, he makes terrible business decisions.
He's a fucking idiot, but he's also a fucking murderer. But the big clues or the big evidence that he did do it was number 1, his, Nicole's, and Goldman's blood all in his Bronco.
Okay.
And then the other things obviously being, what's it called? So the shoe prints that were left at the murder scene were these very specific Italian custom leather shoes. But the thing is like, they were like, these shoes are like $5,000 a piece, and they're only custom made to order. And so but then they didn't find those shoes on him until after the fucking trial. Somebody went back into the Cincinnati newspapers and found a picture of him when he was a sideline reporter wearing those fucking custom Italian shoes. He had thrown them out right before the trial. So they didn't locate the shoes. But yeah, he absolutely 100% murdered those people.
But that nigga ain't in jail.
He was in jail for fucking stealing his shit back.
Anywho.
What? Sorry, Mike. Mike's just like, oh, I don't care because it's not this fucking dumb broad from InfoWars.
No, I just the OJ thing to me. Okay, this is where I'm coming from.
What?
I don't care.
Why? It's way more interesting than just some dumb broad on the street.
But she's talking about shit that's happening right now. I don't like
the same shit that everybody's talking about.
No, let's just not pay attention to the old black man that played football really well a long time ago. Let's just not pay attention to him.
And he was a good actor.
Let's just not pay attention to him anymore. Just don't look at him.
You can't.
Just don't look at him.
He's a fucking murderer. No one describes him as the football player anymore. Nobody.
Obviously not.
He's the murderer.
Yeah.
And now he's on Twitter. And I think this is going to do a lot of damage to Twitter.
So this is what I have. It's just a perception of the media that they give us.
Like what?
Like Barry Bonds.
What about him? He's a fucking roid head.
Exactly. That's the very first thing that you fucking go to.
He's absolutely a phenomenal baseball player, but he's also a fucking cheater.
So was more than half of the major leagues before and after him.
Yeah, and fuck those guys too. But he cheated and got that level of success and that level of notoriety.
So you're saying that
I'm not saying I'm not saying don't fuck those guys.
Any ball player that you soup up, you slap a supercharger on them.
Yeah,
they're gonna become Barry Bonds.
No, but I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, you fucking cheated. I don't care that you were the best at cheating.
They all cheated.
You're still a piece of shit.
But they were all cheating.
Who cares? Then they're all pieces of shit.
Okay,
they're all pieces.
But then why
of shit.
must you give him the stigma of being the biggest piece of shit?
I think steroids should be legal in sports.
Okay, but why would you give him the stigma of being the biggest piece of shit?
Because clearly he was way overjuicing. You see the size of that motherfucker compared to even the other players you want to claim are juicing. They weren't juicing what he was fucking using. That dude was a monster.
There were guys that were easily bigger than him.
Yes.
And that played longer in the majors.
Mm-hmm.
And still to this day, there are players that are noticeably juicing.
Yeah.
And yet nothing happens.
I mean, Mark McGuire's in the same boat, in my opinion. That dude was a fucking juice head, too. He's a piece of shit.
Okay.
But that's why you have, like, legends like Bo Jackson, who's a beast and didn't fucking juice. He's just a beast. And then he ended up fucking himself
So
up.
you're saying that just from him taking stuff to recover his body faster.
He wasn't
primarily-
taking
it-
stuff to make his body.
Well, obviously it
Yeah.
was.
What? All Barry Bonds?
Yeah.
Fuck that. That
Have you ever played baseball before?
Yes, I played baseball before. It's called elementary school. Okay.
Did ya?
And I don't
In
remember
PE?
taking injections.
In
Okay.
PE?
We had kids who were great at baseball then and they weren't hitting injections. But look at that motherfucker. He wasn't rubbing CBD on his fucking thighs.
I'm not saying that he wasn't taking an illegal substance, which he was never proven of taking.
He absolutely fucking is.
But he wasn't proven of taking anything. He never tested positive for anything.
Mike again. He never went to court and was convicted.
But so Alex Rodriguez, he was
A-Rod?
caught. A-Rod, he
Yeah.
was caught. What is the other fucking guy's name? Roger Clemens, he was caught. Mark McGuire, he was caught. Jose
fuck Mark
Canseco,
McGuire.
fucking was obvious that he was on something.
Also a piece of shit.
And he never got caught. He's the one that came out with this fucking book and started pointing fucking fingers. Why? Because he wanted fucking money because he's a little fucking piece of shit.
Jose Canseco did that, right?
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. I was trying to remember. I remember hearing about that book and how
But I mean-
other baseball players
but I mean-
flipped the fuck out.
You have other ball players that are juicing, but no one says anything. Why? Because they're not as good. They're just not as good. Craig Biggio, I know you don't know who that is.
No.
Most people don't. He was on the Houston Astros. He played almost every fucking position that there was on the Major League Baseball field. His knees were falling apart. So what does he do? He hops on the sauce, and now he's playing center field, where you have to do some of the most running around,
Uh-huh.
and he's hitting jacks. And then, Jeff Bagwell. This guy doesn't have an arm to throw with, plays first base, and is hitting behemoth bombs,
Uh-huh.
and no one says anything. Albert Pujols, who is actually older than what he says he is right now, hitting absolute bombs, hitting shit that he should not be hitting out of the park. No one says anything. Why? Because he plays the fucking role. Barry didn't play the fucking role. Barry was Barry, and he just wanted to show up and play baseball. But he got ridiculed because he was the best at what he was doing. And I think just because a couple of people see that as being a negative, they won't let him into the Hall of Fame. He doesn't get invited to shit. I just think it's wrong. I think he was a really great baseball player, and aside the fact of him taking fucking steroids, so the fuck what? He was an amazing fucking baseball player prior to showing any signs of him taking anything, and then he was still good going into his fucking 40s.
Uh-huh.
Julio Franco played until he was 47 years old. His last at bat, he hit a fucking bomb for the Atlanta Braves.
Juicing.
Juiced out of his fucking gourd.
At the end of the day,
But no one says anything. Everybody says,
I'll say something. They're all pieces of shit because at the end of the day,
But
I
why?
think steroids should be allowed in baseball, but also I don't want this fucking purity test where everybody's, like there are dudes who are not juicing.
Yeah.
And there are amazing baseball players that are not juicing.
At the major league level,
Yes.
I would say not.
You're telling me there's not a single
They're not
one
just
of them.
eating fucking chicken and broccoli, dude.
They're not fucking hitting hard roids like fucking Bonds and McGuire are.
Okay. You don't know exactly what he was taking.
You could look at him.
You don't know exactly what he was taking.
If I took a sip off his soda, I would fucking
people
hit the
say-
ground and start doing push-ups.
HGH and steroids are two totally different things.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
But
you're
you
telling me
instantly just say
you're telling me
steroids.
that there's
That's like saying that he
no
was taking
good
smack.
baseball player right now that's not hitting or that's you're telling me there's no good baseball player that's not hitting
on
the
some
juice,
type of
no
substance.
hard juice. I'm not talking about normal recovery bullshit.
Steph Curry.
What about him?
Steph Curry.
He's not a baseball player.
He's still an athlete.
It's much harder to fucking really implement steroids in basketball than opposed to baseball and fucking football.
Okay.
You take-
you want to stay in baseball? You want to stay in baseball?
No, but I'm just saying.
We can stay in
No,
baseball.
you didn't
'Cause
answer
I
my
can start-
question. You haven't answered my question.
Yeah.
Are you telling me
Nolan
that
Arenado.
there's no good baseball player that's not juicing?
Exactly.
That's a lie. There's absolutely
There's no way. There's no way that you could play.
absolutely-
Hold on. There's no way you could play 162 games in a season, not including spring training, not including playoffs, not including winter ball, not including what the fuck are they called? when you're warming up before the summer, fuck me, conditioning. There's no fucking way you could be a consistent powerhouse athlete and not be on something. You have to be, because there's not enough time to recover for you being an amazing ball player. Javier Baez, Chris Bryant, Nolan Arenado, fucking Jesus, who else? Fucking look at Yasiel Puig.
I have no idea. You're just saying names.
I know I'm saying names to you, but to me, these are prime time fucking ball players that they have to be on something.
Like I said,
they can't, because if you want to talk about a normal everyday ball player, Matt Duffy. He came up through the Giants organization, skinny guy. There's no way this guy's on the fucking juice. An amazing ball player. Great arm. He can hit. He can field. Great guy. But he broke down.
Yeah.
Because the Giants gave him more time. He was able to play more. And then they needed to trade him. So they traded him to Tampa Bay. He gets a full-time fucking gig over in Tampa Bay. And he gets hurt. Oh, no. How did that happen? Because his body broke down. He couldn't adapt. So it's either you get in the game or you get the fuck out. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I still, there's absolutely good baseball players that aren't juicing.
Name one.
I don't need to.
Name one.
Babe Ruth.
Didn't juice.
No. What juice was back then? It was probably, he was chewing on cactus. He was probably hitting
but they
peyote
also-
in the fucking dugouts. That was juicing.
Time out.
You just fucking see 80 colors at the ball when he's fucking at the home plate.
You can't say that he wasn't doing something because
Maybe cocaine?
and amphetamine was a massive thing back then.
In the what?
Yeah.
The 20s?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. But also, the ball was a lot harder, and the mounds were a lot shorter, and these pitchers weren't as good. There you
Still
go.
an amazing ball player.
And the ball fields were a lot smaller.
But-
so your fact is null and void.
No, it's not. You just think it is. But what's it called? What I'm saying is there should absolutely, in professional sports as non-contact, there's no reason not to have steroids. Like, I just don't agree that you should be able to take steroids and stay like the UFC.
Or football.
Actually, yeah, for football as well, just because you could fucking do a lot of damage when you're juicing on something. But like basketball and baseball and like, you name your other non-contact sports. Why can't you? Like, what's the problem? Just allow everybody to do all the shit they want. We can see the max human performance possible.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? In some of the cases, these dudes who take steroids, yeah, a lot of them get heart
But you
problems.
say steroids, it's just... Ugh.
Yeah, Decaball, fucking, the testosterone.
Yeah, but you're talking about weightlifting shit.
Yeah, but like, no, but also, I mean, look at Lance Armstrong. That motherfucker was doing blood doping with steroids, and fucking, he wasn't jacked, but he was just, his fucking, what's it called? His circulatory system was just on fucking 1,000 RPMs, is what it was. And that's doping. It's just a different type of doping. But I'm just talking about overall performance enhancing doping.
Yeah.
You should absolutely be allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
What is the problem with it?
The problem with it is that young kids, which is it's already in our school systems now, and little league and travel ball teams. These kids they're getting surgeries done to their arms so they could throw harder.
Yeah, I heard about that.
This is real shit.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's fucked up.
And they're already putting their kids on fucking sauce. Be it more, they're putting on HGH so the kid can work out 2 times a day and become twice as strong. I mean, there's all these performance enhancements. So I just don't say that. My whole point of this whole entire fucking thing is you can't fucking throw shade on someone just because they took performance enhancers and they were better than you.
I mean, you could throw shade at that because like
No.
you could blame a lot of their performance on that shit in the bottle.
Why?
Because if you're not on juice and they're on juice and they're fucking screaming at 1,000 RPMs and you're not,
Yeah.
I'm guaranteeing a lot of that is skill, but a lot of that is in that fucking bottle.
No.
When I took steroids,
No.
there was a massive difference in my physical capabilities. I mean, I was already shredded in good shape when I started steroids.
Could you hit a baseball?
Yeah, I could hit a baseball.
Could you?
But yes, I could hit a baseball with a bullet. How about that?
Could you?
Yeah, fuck yeah. It's that big. It's easy. Target's smaller than that. But just saying, like, steroids made a huge difference. They did. And I noticed within a week of taking testosterone and D-ball that it was fucking juice. I was like, oh, that's what this is. And it was ridiculous.
Well, yeah, you feel like a god.
You feel like something.
Yeah.
It's like to say that nothing came from that bottle is just not correct. Yeah, it might help with recovery and all that shit, and that's fine. But performance comes out of that fucking bottle.
But it's definitely not going to help you look for a two-seam fastball in the outside corner when you're running at a 2-2 count.
I don't know what those words. I know some of those words.
Yeah.
But I specifically know that fucking steroids fucking they take your fucking, you're basically driving a Fiat right now and they're going to toss you the keys of Maserati. It's what it is.
It's not that much.
Have you taken steroids?
No, I don't need
Then
to.
you don't know. What are you just like, I got these ideas, you're going to listen to them. You don't know.
But you can't tell me that you could give me, because I feel like I'm a decent baseball player.
Yes.
You can't give me all the sauce in the world and put me on that platform. I'm not that good. I have a certain point of baseball skill that I can reach.
Yeah.
But by taking steroids or whatever, fucking HGH, whatever, it's not going to get me to that point.
Well, here's the question then.
Aside from my short stature.
Well, if there was they have HGH for that. They're just big shoes.
Yeah.
But if you could run a lot faster, would that help you be a better baseball player?
Yeah, but you got to be able to run. You got to be able to throw.
I'm just
and
going
you gotta hit.
But at the end of the day, it's just the coordination of all these different skills that create that skill. But so if you could run faster, if you had quicker twitch muscle fibers and with more strength to crank a ball, that's coming out of that bottle.
But it's skill. But you have to have. There's a difference. There's a difference between that. You could practice all you want, dog.
There are
but
some people who are just gonna be naturally
you can't
gifted.
Hit a slider.
But you could. There are people who are naturally gifted. But at the end of the day, to get good or get even professional at anything is fucking practice.
Yeah, I could put you in a cage all fucking day. You still wouldn't be able to make it on a fucking t-ball team.
That if I did it for a year.
I still don't think you could.
Yeah, right. I'll fucking crush you if I did it all day for a year.
Okay, and then you still wouldn't be able to make it on a fucking peanut team.
Yep, maybe. But I'm telling you, what the fuck are you talking about? Fucking, you're so full of dog shit. You're full of shit.
Just give Barry Bonds the respect that he deserves.
Practice doesn't make you a good player.
It does.
You're fucking.
It does.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
You're out of your mind. You don't think that?
Say it does make you a better ball player, but
what?
Just because you're taking steroids and you're practicing doesn't mean you're going to become a Major League Baseball player. There's a fucking piece of it that is just absolute fucking skill that you have to have. And if you have that skill and that skill is watered and they grow that skill, then that's when you get a real fucking ball player. But if you just take the sauce, that's not going to do anything. Jose Canseco made it with just a little bit of skill. With a little bit of skill, he was able to become a fucking ball player. And that was all because he could fucking hit the ball.
Yeah.
That was it. That was it. You have anything?
Oh, yeah. No, plenty on that.
Okay.
But just, if you have somebody practicing at a young age, and that's what they grow up in, that's what they're obsessed in, they drive, and they have really just that kind of determination, they can become professional. Absolutely. You have somebody at like 13, but like, hey, you want to do baseball, and then like fucking, you put them in the batting cages every day. You teach them all the skills, all the tricks and
then
trades.
Why didn't I go pro?
Height probably has something to do with it.
Other than that, Jose Altuve is shorter than me.
Yeah, but he also
Aaron Miles is shorter than me.
But also genetics does play a role. Genetics absolutely does.
Skill, sir. It's skill.
What do you mean? How does skill develop?
Skill, you can only hit a certain point of skill.
You're talking about plateauing.
Yeah, you hit a plateau of where you can only throw so hard, you can only hit so well, and you can only be... And baseball is all about consistency.
Yes.
So there's a certain point where that breaks down. That's it. That's all.
But what is the factor that makes your cap your cap?
Genetics.
So it is genetics. Like I said genetics does play a role.
It does.
Because, I mean, that's how you have people like fucking Bo Jackson.
Okay.
Bo Jackson is clearly just a genetic fucking masterpiece who
Absolutely.
also put in his time to fucking practice all these wild skills.
Yeah.
He's a fucking physical god.
Yeah.
But
he had a terrible injury and then it ruined the rest of his career.
Yeah, he seemed like he's all fat now doing those commercials.
Yeah, I'm sad for that guy.
I know. Like, the thing is like, why isn't that motherfucker just a much bigger star as like a retiree star? Like I got to see Peyton Manning's big ass fucking forehead all the time.
He doesn't really want to be.
That's got to be it, right?
Yeah, Bo knows.
Bo knows,
and that's it.
Bo knows, but like he's just that motherfucker could do anything. He could do fucking. His social skills don't seem that great, And he kind of just seems like the friendly neighborhood black guy that lives down the street, just your fat black neighbor who's hella cool. Is what he kind of like. Hey, kind of like, hey, Twitter world is kind of what he sounds like. But
a little bit.
It's like that dude should be like. I feel bad when I see him. I'm like that. Dude
absolutely.
That dude should be a fucking super. He should be up there with Michael Jordan.
He should have been.
Yeah.
But his career was cut extremely, extremely, extremely short.
Because like a hip injury, right?
Yeah, he was playing against the Bengals, and it was a freak fucking accident where he lunged forward and he jabbed his fucking hip weird, and he pinched off. It's like this feeding tube that goes into your hip, or it's like an artery that feeds into your hip that keeps all the juices flowing in there. He crushed it, and he popped his hip out of socket and popped it back in, and from that injury happening to the point by the time he got to the doctors, there was already so much damage that had happened that they could barely fix it. And he still had a baseball career, and he was actually still kind of good.
Yeah, he was like that was funny. Like he was definitely one of the best NFL players of all time.
Yeah.
And so he already crushed at that. He had the hip injury. He went to baseball. He was a phenomenal
Which
baseball
he was already
player.
playing both at the same time.
Yes, but like he still played baseball after the injury.
Yes.
And he was still phenomenal after the injury. Meanwhile, fucking Michael Jordan, phenomenal basketball player. No one's saying he's not. As far as I can tell,
There you go right there. You could have given Michael Jordan all the fucking steroids you want, and he wouldn't have been that good of a ball player.
No, he wasn't. He was a very bad baseball player.
Yeah, he was okay. He actually put decent numbers, but he wasn't anything to write home about. He was a solid AA player.
Yeah, so he wasn't. He shouldn't have been in the major leagues.
Single A, double A, triple A, and then they call it the 4A, which is like your Mac Williamson, like the guys that can't really go to the show, and then you have the show.
The show was MLB.
Yeah.
Oh, so he wasn't even professional level then.
Yeah, but just like with Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow's taking up a fucking roster spot just because he's fucking Tim Tebow.
That's fucking horseshit. It's all just to get people in seats is really what it's for.
Yeah.
And that's fucked up if you think about it, because then there's some kid in the stands over there that is worthy of that position.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's getting taken because Michael Jordan wants to play baseball.
Or check this out. You have a cash cow on your team named Brandon Belt. He's an okay ball player. Plays first base, sometimes plays left. But he's not a first baseman. He has no power, like real power.
What do you mean by power?
Like a first baseman is supposed to be your big lug, like guy that, he can't really play any positions, but he could hit the fuck out of a ball. And when Brandon Belt comes up to bat with bases loaded, you kind of know what's going to happen.
He's a strikeout.
He's either going to strike out and give you the Gumby shoulders, or he's going to pop up. He's just not going to. And every once in a while, he has a flash in the pan, and he does do something. Every once in a while. And everybody points to the 2012 fucking playoffs. Shut the fuck up, Casey. We fucking know that one time. But much like Colin Kaepernick, just a fucking flash in the pan, and everybody rides it for a while. But back to the ball player thing. He's taking up a roster spot for 9 fucking years, and he's not that good. He's really, if you go by the fucking, I hate the numbers, guys, because if you look at his on base percentage.
Are you talking about those sportscasters on like ESPN? Let's have a look at the stats over here.
Yeah. Like his on base percentage is just sky high. Yeah, he gets an on base percentage when no one is on base, when the games don't matter. When they're losing by 5 or they're winning by 5, that's when he usually does all of his damage. When there's no runners on, that's usually when he gets his fucking base hit. But other than that, he's not your crucial go-to guy. Much like JT Snow. He was an average ball player, but guys on ready to score, second, third, games on the fucking line. JT was coming in clutch. Jeff Kent was coming in clutch. Clutch guys. Not Brandon Belt. Taking up a roster spot because he sells fucking giraffe hats. And the girls like coming to see him.
That's why.
He's the baby giraffe. And that's my hate on Brandon Belt.
Oh, that's fine.
But you were talking about Colin Kaepernick. I wanted to switch gears.
Oh, fuck. So this is kind of a Trump thing, I guess, but he's proposing a law to make burning a flag illegal, and it kind of relates to the kneeling during the anthem during NFL games.
Okay.
And I was wondering how you felt about all that.
I already thought it was illegal to burn the flag.
It's not.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't really okay, I mean, I get it. I didn't serve. But if the flag fucking falls on the ground, it's a flag.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about it. But people get really upset about that.
Yeah, they do.
They get really upset about that piece of fabric dropping on the ground.
Well, it's not. It's more than a fabric. It's a set of ideas, really.
Yeah, but it's
That's what it is.
it's really just a piece of fabric.
So, like, say someone just pees into a Giants hat, you're just like, it's just a piece of fabric.
Yeah, it's just a Giants hat.
That's
It's just
bullshit.
it's
They're
a
nice
fucking
hats.
ball hat.
No, it's not. It's a Giants hat.
If you pee in my hat that I purchased, yeah, I'll be
Just a
kind
piece
of
of fabric.
upset.
Just a piece of fabric, Mike.
But
Let
I
me
bought
pee in your
that.
hat.
But let me pee on this fucking roadcaster.
I would. Just let me cover it in plastic real quick, and then we'll film it.
But okay, so you're talking about
Oh, so I wanted.
burning a flag.
So how did you react or feel when all that kneeling shit was going on? Because people came running to me about, like, because I'm a
I
veteran.
am so glad that you brought this up because I do have my own little, I have my idea of this. It was totally blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because he sucks
Yes.
at his job.
That
His job, he is not good at.
no. He was good for one season,
The
and
thing
he
that
still
he's
choked.
the thing that he was hired for and was paid multiple millions of dollars for, he really wasn't that good at.
Like, what he did that one season where he took them to the Super Bowl.
Let me help you out there.
Well, he didn't take them to the Super Bowl.
Alex Smith did.
Okay, yes, but he was part of that team that went to the Super Bowl. So people, because they always associate the team
He had
skill
a
with the
hand-
quarterback.
He had a handful of plays, much like Tim Tebow. He had a handful of plays that he did really well, and it was exciting. It was new, and it was a rush.
Yeah.
And people fell in love with that. But everyone else figured it out. Okay. Alex Smith takes him all the way through. He wins a fuckload of games. He gets hit in the head. Jim Harbaugh goes, here's my guy. Jim Harbaugh saw Colin Kaepernick. He's fast. He's tall. He's got a cannon of a fucking arm, but he is dumber than a box of fucking rocks.
He really does come off like a fucking mongoloid.
He's a fucking retard.
He really comes off
And
that
it's
way.
not just because he's half black. Anyways.
What the fuck?
Objection! Extremely racist!
Sustained.
So Harbaugh, being wishing that he was still in the fucking league, thought that he could take his fucking brain and plug it into Colin Kaepernick and make in like almost like puppeteer
Like a Frankenstein
a
super
Frankenstein.
quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he thought he could do. But all in all, it failed. So Colin Kaepernick comes in. He loses against, I think he lost the game against St. Louis, and then he lost again against the Bears, and he barely eked out a few other wins. They wind up making it to the playoffs because of the previous record that was already built by Alex Smith and a ridiculous defense.
But either way,
A ridiculous defense, sir. A ridiculous defense.
I understand that.
Was
But
a
what
bunch of other
all
pieces.
I was saying before you took me down ESPN fucking bullshit lane
Sorry.
was saying that
I
Colin
wanted to-
Kaepernick was associated
Colin
with
Kaepernick.
that good season
So-
because he was the quarterback.
So,
But
okay, let's fast forward. Sorry about that.
yeah,
I just want to paint a picture. So, we get to the point of the season where he starts kneeling down.
well, first he sat down.
Because he was benched for Blaine. Oh, fuck you, Gabbert. Okay.
Okay,
Blaine Gabbert was picked up by the Jaguars.
are we going down another lane?
No, Blaine Gabbert, he was picked up by the Jaguars. He wasn't that good. The Niners pick him up because he's a good system fucking guy.
Uh-huh.
He comes in and he did a lot better. Why? Because he's got fucking skill and he
Yes.
can read progression.
Mhm.
That's all you got to do. You got to be 6'4", have a can of an arm, and be able to read progressions.
Make plays.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, good for you!
Wrong one. I deserve this.
So he gets benched and he's all mopey. He's all upset because he's getting paid bajillions of fucking dollars.
Well, also he needed to get his name back out there. Is what I see it.
That
And
wasn't
then-
that wasn't part of it yet. He was mad because he was getting benched and he was getting paid all the millions and he was supposed to be the starter and everybody was buying his fucking jerseys prior to all of this shit happening. He had 2 shitty seasons after losing the Super Bowl because he sucked at his fucking job.
Yeah.
So he's sitting down. Why? Because he's upset. He's a mopey little fucking bitch. So nobody notices that through the first couple of preseason games. Then somebody writes a report on it. Why is Colin Kaepernick sitting on the bench? So his super progressive fucking girlfriend, who's like one of your class A fucking liberal bitches, right? Probably doesn't shave her fucking armpits.
Ew.
Exactly. She says, "Oh, babe, you're sitting down for injustice." Colin Kaepernick couldn't give a fuck about injustice. So then that retard goes, "Oh yeah, it's for injustice, blah 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 blah."
He did
blah.
it for the Black Lives Matter bullshit.
So he went from sitting down because he was upset because he wasn't playing starting quarterback And he could have just fucking taken in the fucking money. But anyways,
Well, what happened is,
he started getting clout.
well, no. When he was sitting down when he was sitting down like I am right now, he's sitting on his ass, and he got lit the fuck up by a lot of people. And then
that's
he talked
why he took the fucking black role.
No, but also because he kept doing it. But then
I don't know how to respond to that.
what the fuck you, bitch? Yeah, you shouldn't respond to that. But
Fuck you, Siri.
yeah, fuck you, Siri, coming in. But what's it called? So he got lit up for sitting down because people were like, "That's really disrespectful." So he had talked to a former Green Beret, and he had told him like, "Listen, if you want to protest, whatever," he's like, "That's fine." He goes, "But don't do it so disrespectfully. Take a knee because that's what soldiers do at fallen soldiers' graves.
Okay.
You take a knee at it." So then he starts that, and people had like, technically, it is a respectful pose to Americans and the American flag. It's just a fallen thing.
Okay.
But people still lost their fucking minds, and they want to say like they should make it illegal to kneel during the fucking thing. No, absolutely fucking not.
But if your job says, "Don't kneel, don't use our business as your platform for whatever tomfoolery you're fucking into," because that's all I come from.
Yeah.
Just don't use it as a fucking platform. You're getting paid to play a fucking game. So don't make it your social justice warrior fucking horseshit. And oh, is he gonna kneel? How many players are gonna kneel? Are the white players kneeling? Oh, this team says if you
The
kneel,
answer to your question, no.
or if this team says, oh, if you kneel, you don't get fucking paid. Oh wow, that's really racist. Oh well, he's treating them like slaves. Like shut the fuck up. This was all over someone being a mopey little bitch because he didn't want to participate. And then it became a PR stunt. And then everybody started sucking the titty of it. And it got blown out of proportion.
But I will say this. So while I agree it's absolutely his right to fucking kneel, number one, the national anthem shouldn't be played there like religiously. It doesn't have to be. There's no reason it should be. It's just that's what we do here. But for them to say
so
like...
if he's gay, is it all right for him to fucking suck another dude's dick during the national anthem?
No, that's an actual crime.
Is it?
Yeah, it's called indecent exposure. And lewd and lascivious acts in public.
I
But
just want to see how far we're able to bend on this.
no, any form of protest, like I said, that's not against the law is fine. And like you could absolutely burn flags, whatever. But the thing is like they were like, oh, this is for police brutality. I'm like, do you know the national anthem doesn't represent your local law enforcement? Your local law enforcement represents your town.
Yeah.
They represent your demographic, not America as a whole.
Yeah.
So for them to sit there and just be like, it shouldn't relate to the troops at all. I'm like, yeah, your intent wasn't for you to relate against the troops. But the impact is that because when people do stand at the national anthem and take their hats off, they're not taking their hats off and putting it over their hearts because of George Washington or fucking Thomas Jefferson. They're doing it because of the respect and reverence for fucking soldiers is really what it's about. That's what most people think about when they're doing the fucking national anthem.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, fucking.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
But so I had this conversation with somebody.
Yep.
And they were saying like, well, it's not about that. I'm like, well, the impact is different. I'm like, if your fucking goal is to protest police brutality and bring attention to that in a positive light that helps your side, you went the fucking wrong way, Jack.
Absolutely.
I'm like, because this is the way a lot of people saw it. Say you take some mom from fucking Tennessee,
Okay.
raised her daughter her whole life, you know, good student, good kid, fucking decides she wants to join the military, leaves to go to the military, goes to Afghanistan, gets fucking smoked. The whole world basically forgets about her daughter, except her. She's thinking about her daughter every day.
Yeah.
And, you know, all the fucking happy times and not having that there. And she feels like everybody's forgotten the sacrifice that her daughter did.
Okay.
She goes to the game, sees the respect for the anthem when people are thinking about her, and then sees that disrespectful fuck pulling his bullshit to protest cops. Kneeling or sitting or whatever.
Okay.
I was trying to explain to somebody, like, they were like, I don't understand why they associate the troops with that. I'm like, that's ours.
Well, that's more perspective.
Well, I'm just like, they don't, like you said, they don't want to see other people's perspective.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I do understand why those people are mad. I don't necessarily agree with it because they want to say he should be arrested and shit like that.
No.
And you're out of your mind. I'm like,
someone should have just said, knock it the fuck off, collect your fucking check. If you want to fucking kneel on your own time. don't kneel during business hours.
Yeah, go kneel
it.
in front of a fucking police
That's-
station. That would have been better.
That is what the commissioner of fucking baseball or football, Roger Goodell, right? He's
yeah,
president,
the
whatever fuck.
NFL commissioner.
He should have just said, during business hours, you are not allowed to be your own fucking character. Sorry. That's why you sign a fucking $1 million contract. If you want to be your own character, do it on your own time. You have your own cell phone. Do a fucking, what is it called when you're fucking...
Selfie?
Nah, you're filming yourself.
Oh, live feed or
Yeah.
whatever. Live Instagram live.
Jump on your soapbox on your fucking own. But don't do it when you're wearing our fucking uniform at work.
Like,
That's it. Right? I mean, that's just be a fucking example of society and just stand there, do your shit, because the only reason that you're playing this fucking game and you're fucking making all these millions and you're not getting hung for being a black guy
Jesus Christ.
is because of it's because of respect for the American government or not the American government, but our
Jesus.
military.
oh, wait, but they're not being hung because of the respect
I'm just
for the
saying, like,
military?
if they couldn't do this in any other country.
No, well, they could do it in some, but a lot of them no.
Exactly. So pay your fucking respects, be a fucking model citizen, and just, like, look at ball players. Ball players aren't fucking kneeling.
None of them.
No.
None of them. They're all
Because
out there.
they're fucking stupid.
Well, also, there's a bit more at stake there because baseball is America's pastime.
And also,
it's
you have to
labeled
be
America's
you have
sport.
to be pretty intelligent to play fucking baseball. You don't have,
Jesus!
Objection! Extremely racist!
Overruled.
yeah.
But
Just look at the statistics there. It's not that hard to run fast and crash into somebody. Yeah.
fucking that's Bo Jackson right there, fucking crashing into you like a car. But they don't want to understand intent versus impact, which is fine. But like remember like the NFL said like you're not going to do it here, and they were like this is racism, it's slavery.
Yeah.
I'm like, at the end of the day, the NFL is a business. If they're not making money because of some dumb shit that you're doing unnecessarily, they can absolutely curtail your behavior. I can't go into my work and start protesting some shit.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Hey, you're on the clock, asshole."
Exactly.
Like, no, you fucking get your ass to that fucking, whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking can't do that shit at my work, but because what, rich sad boy fucking didn't get a rich new sad job, he fucking has to do this shit.
He was raised by white people.
Yeah, he was. I think I heard.
But
that.
yet he grows out his fucking hair and he's Afro Jackson.
He, like, the only thing I saw, like, really he wants to kneel during the flag. I think it is borderline disrespectful. However, if that's the way he wants to protest whatever dumb shit he believes, that's fine with me. But the one thing that I saw him do that I was like, you know what? Fuck this faggot.
What a fag.
I was like, he wore, like, it was like a pictures that were taken during like some practice where he had socks on where
With the
the pigs as cops, and I was like, the
That's
only reason you could
childish.
play the fucking Super Bowl and not get fucking jumped, dude, is
Yeah.
because there's SWAT snipers everywhere.
Yeah.
I was
like
like,
play the Super Bowl in fucking Mexico and see how that happens.
how about you go play it in Honduras?
Yeah.
Let's see how that works out for you. And then you try to drive away with your fucking $80,000 watch on. It ain't gonna happen, bud.
You did, bro.
It was like, you could work out. You could be 6'8". That's fine. You worked out your whole life to get shot
It
by
just
a
shows-
14-year-old.
Disrespect. This is what it all comes. It comes to respect in values, and it comes to respect in other human beings.
Yep.
And that is what we are losing. And that should be the fucking name of this fucking show. Respect and values and morals. I mean, that's that right there.
I don't know, because I'm also just like a big time piece of shit.
Well, yeah,
Me personally, anyway.
obviously.
Yeah, of course.
So
All right. I think that's gonna be it.
we have gone a while,
Yeah, over an hour.
and this fucking hot box is getting hot.
Well, I do have one last surprise. Like last time when we played the Jesse Lee Peterson song, I got another one that I
Okay.
got permission to use. So I'll go ahead and start playing it, and then I'll fucking I'll sign us out. You ready?
Sounds good.
All right, everybody. So we want to thank you for being with us this time.
Thank you
and
so much.
We'll talk to you fucking homos later. Bye-bye.
Adios.
A moment that will be ever remembered. I am an Oreo cookie. White on the inside, black on the outside. Isn't that amazing? At one time in life, I was black on the inside and black on the outside. Hey, Joe. He black. He black. It's amazing. He black. He black. He black, folks. He black. I'm black and slow. I don't know. He black. African American. I don't have an afro. Amerifro. There are no African drums beating in my chest. The American good car is playing in my heart. Born on a plantation in Alabama. Grew up under the Jim Crow laws. Worked the fields, worked the plantation. Black as the ace of spades, but 100% American. Now I'm white on the inside. Hey, Joe. He black. He black. It's amazing. He black. He black. He black. I'm black and slow. I don't know. He black. Hey, Joe. He black. He black. It's amazing. He black. He black. He black. I'm black and slow. I don't know. He black.